back into the action. We're very, very happy to be here. We're definitely very happy that the break was too short for us to finish our meals. Yay. And yeah,
We get bits and pieces every time. Good enough for me.
caster life, man. You got to do with what you
Caster
have,
life.
right? Caster life. We got caster baited.
Caster
Welcome back in, guys. We're about to go down to the third match. It's been a great show so far in GLL. We see some really great performances. We've seen Penta play out of their minds aggressive style, which is something that they don't want to do. I don't want to touch this with you because I know you know Penta as well. They're generally a team that likes to roll up a TSM, kind of play the blue early on, go to George, wait for the first circle to show,
Yeah.
let everybody go to their center shot. What changed for them right now? Why are they so aggressive?
I mean, they're hunting for points right now, I feel like. They're trying to get those breaking points again and just stack up on killing points so that they really secure the position here. Penta is one of those teams that are, like, they aren't afraid of pushing or breaching a compound ever. They take any fight, any compound at all times.
True.
And there's a lot of teams who would never approach a compound like that on foot, but they did it.
They did it, and they had some good cover at that. Let's see where the points have taken them. Let's have a look at the last match standings. AAA taking a very good commanding lead there. 285 points, of course. 12 kills as well. Good performance on that one. Face Clan on the second, Bulls on the third. And look at where Penta brought them actually for that aggressive action. They're actually on the 7th spot. So they haven't managed to actually do too much.
Yeah, Hooligans and FlyQuest has been pretty consistent here these two games.
Yeah, good point.
I believe FlyQuest was third last game, and Hooligans, they won.
Yeah.
So both of them have been performing well, and against All Authority, had a bit of a slip up the first game, but they came back this game as we talked about, and they completely stumped us with 12 kills.
Ooh, and I don't really like to look at the last two teams, specifically Team Kingwood. Poor guys, they're really hunting for points as well as Penta. They're on the 14th place right now, Team Kingwood. Not 14, 18th. They really need the extra points to make it in the top 14th, because top 14 is what decides who's going to be playing next week. Or rather, the top 14 teams are going to be involved in the next week's big final for the preseason. So that's why Team Kingwood really need to hunt for points right now. So it should be interesting to see whether or not they still drop to South George, and whether or not Penta follows suit.
Yeah, I mean, the South George is still really good loot, so even if it's not close to the center of the map, if you want to hunt kills, they can still gear up really fast and then go right away and just hunt for kills in the circle later on. So you can do a bit of both, I guess, but I do believe they will drop the same place.
We'll have to wait and see,
depending
I
on the fly
suppose.
road.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Other teams that we can point towards, let's see, Team Kingwood, we talked about them right now. Ronald Esports, not having the performance of their lifetime, perhaps in IEM. Tonight they're doing a bit better, though. They're doing a decent kind of performance. They're not at the top of the leaderboards as we speak, but they're showing up. They're trying to get all that training in with all these EU teams that they don't normally get a lot of training with. So it's a bit of a difficult spot. There's this gap, right, of EU versus NA, of teams knowing where the other teams drop, but only in one region.
Yeah, exactly. So, but before this tournament, I feel like most teams should have already planned this out and taken notes from watching other seasons and stuff like that.
You'd think,
I think they would prepare in a tournament like this, knowing where the other teams drop. We saw Havo Gaming shifting away from Milta because of AAA and leaving. So I feel like it doesn't matter that much region-wise. I just feel like they should have done their homework for this.
Yeah, true. All right, that's a very good point, and there you go, Havo indeed coming in with that adjustment just to make sure that they don't get swamped in by AAA. Interestingly enough, actually, FaZe declined to go towards Milta Power altogether in the first two matches, which is some place that Havo could have went. They didn't decide to go there, but alas, they made their way into the top scoreboards there through other means. Other teams, Team Ready, we haven't seen them tonight. Not too sure what happened there. But I'm looking forward to seeing them, and we'll talk about the rest of them as we go in, because the gong has beaten down, and the third match is afoot. And it's going to be a proud plane that rolls in towards that island. It's a good plane as well at that. Center east towards southwest. A lot of high risk, high reward areas are going to be covered by this. Even long drop towards military bases possible.
Yeah, we see FaZe now, though, going towards Milta Power. And it's going to be interesting to see at Pochinki if do you even lift bra and
And you were saying that Penta's going to be going towards George. Well, looks about not. They're going towards their strat that they've adopted a few weeks ago about looting around the farm area there. This time, though, they have so much players around them that they kind of decide to not go there. They're still going to be dropping straight down there. They have a couple of decent compounds to work with here. Perhaps a car spawn for Ultra. If anything, Simsy might get a car spawn himself as well. And yeah, it looks this time that they've kind of split up nice and even. But there's still two squads in Pochinki.
Yeah, that's gonna be Do You Even Live Bro, and who were they fighting against? I believe it was No Loot Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still gonna have this 4-on-4 here in this area, and they so far they're 1-1, I think.
Yeah,
So
they're
we'll see who gets the edge this time. In the meantime, we see Kingwin moving up towards South George again. Envious joining them.
yeah.
So it's not gonna be Penta this time, but it's gonna be rough.
And Blanker
That's for
kind
sure.
of close to them as well. Blanker going for their vehicles in the compounds close to South George. We will be watching the fight into Pochinki just about soon enough. Actually, we're going to be driving straight into the fight. Let's see how these teams. I'm actually quite curious to see how they position themselves because they know exactly what's going to go down. They know that none of them actually choose to leave Pochinki.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an all-out fight. And this is actually quite good for us as well because we don't actually get to see a lot of action early on in the game, right?
I'm surprised that no one has. Oh, actually, we see K-Mind. Is he going for the roof? Yeah, he might be going for the roof here. And I was just about to say that I haven't seen anyone go for the roof and take that control so far in these fights. They've all been kind of on the southern side, just fighting those buildings over there. But K-Mind is chilling right now and is waiting for a good opportunity to jump onto the roofs and get some control over this for his teammates. And we see the circle is a very, 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 very eastern one with a lot of water. So not a lot of land surface. That means that a lot of teams have to rotate really, really early unless they want to get caught off guard when entering the circle.
Yeah, FaZe. Everybody's thinking this right now. If you watch competitive PUBG, you're thinking FaZe.
Penta gets taken out with a Mini 14 headshot. I don't know if that was even a scope.
Let's see if he's got a scope on that thing.
I think it was a red dot.
We'll see it in a few seconds. It
That
looks to
was-
be a red dot.
Because this was really early on, having taking out with a pistol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And the UAZ available for him as well. Just kind of parking itself back, auto parking mode on that UAZ. Trying to come back into it there. War this time, very, very split up. Just 2 members left live, it looks like. 3 members, rather. I don't know where their fourth is. Nowhere to be seen. Okay, just 3 members from War. Perhaps they died a bit earlier on. We saw someone die early. Didn't get a chance to see what happened there. In the meantime, though, Kingwin, this time around, they're very happy with where they are. They'll try to keep Envious coming out of the hospital there, which is an easy enough task to do when you have South George.
Yeah, but they have a long way to go to get into the circle. And even with the best gear in the world, you might just get blown up in the vehicle. So it's sometimes like this, you rather leave earlier than later. And we see AAA here getting knocked out by stab, and he gets another one. It's a double barrel one.
And it's a block.
He's gonna go for the. Oh no!
Why?
That would have been so good if he actually got the kill there. And unfortunately, he's gonna go down. But that was a great attempt at taking out a whole team by himself, almost. The double barrel is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Indeed it is. But Triple Ear is still going to be 4 squads, so that's going to be easy life for them as they do get rezzed out 1 by 1. Now, where are we going to go? Perhaps we can go back to Pochinki and have a look at this fight here. Have a look and see how these 2 teams have grouped up. It looks like this time around, they've split up East and West Pochinki quite, not really evenly, but quite clearly.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of outstepping past the boundary. They drew a line in the sand and they said, don't step past this line or else.
Yeah, K-Man still staying put at the top of that 3-store building and he's not actually jumping onto any roofs or anything, but he's just holding there, making sure they're not on the roofs because you can actually enter it from both of the 3 stores, from one from each side. So right now, outsiders just standing there and holding tight. In the meantime, they still have not rotated in Southern George. Kingwin and Envious staying put there. And we actually have another team, Team Blank Q, in the northern part, which is even further away right now. And they really have to get a move on if they're going to get somewhat safely into the circle without taking too many hits.
True. There seems to be more than one team as well into South Nova. We'll go to that one in a second, though. In the meantime, though, it's Kaviali taking shots against Blue. Not connecting anything, though, with the M16. Surprisingly so, Ollie doesn't actually miss a lot of times. No, it's actually one squad into Novo, so there's that. Halvo as well have fully taken Primorsk, which doesn't have the best loot in the world, but when there's just one team in there, you got to be quite happy with it. At least level 2 loot for everyone there. Fights go down in Pachinki. Let's go back to the action, Let's see what's going down. These two teams are going to go head-to-head. This might be the closer. Look at the way...
Everyone is low there.
Look at the way they grouped up, though, this time around. What the crap? Blue coming in from the compound there with some clean shots. That Mini 14, again, Regenhaus.
Red dot.
Time. Red dot, yeah. Again, this time in the hands of Blue, though.
And this is dangerous considering he has no longer any helmet in his nearby.
And is this the moment where they actually decide to make a push? No, it doesn't look like they actually made a push based on that knockout.
Yeah. I'm not sure about taking the fight here as do you even lift, bro? I feel like the positioning is not too great right now.
Definitely not. Some regrouping here. Jansen goes into a safe spot there to heal up. In the meantime, though, we see some action happening with Penta. One of the members got knocked out by Shiv, and I'm not too sure if James should stop here to res his own team. Oh, they're behind cover. So they're going to try and go for the res, but that UAZ is going to get blown off. At least the tire is going to get popped out if Shiv has anything to say about that. He is taking fire. He will pop out the tire, which makes Penta's... No, not yet. Not yet. That will make Penta's exit much harder, though, but it seems like the UAZ is still standing again. Valiate coming in from a different angle, though. He's pretty close to Penta right now. And, well, there she goes. Last second tire pop. But Ultra will make his way out.
Yeah, the UAC can drive even with a back tire pop.
Especially on the new patch. On the test servers.
New patch, yeah.
I like that. I really like that. I like the fact that you can still drive now with the even 2 tires popped.
Everything feels more smooth with the driving on the new patch. But it's
So
not quite here yet, so they have to take that into account.
Yeah, they said they adjusted driving to more real-life conditions, which is something that I really appreciate. And it feels a bit harder, yes, to drive, but as you said, it also feels a bit smoother. So if you were able to hold on to your own right now with the current state of the vehicles, you'll have no problem getting used to the new style of driving, which is not too different. It is a bit different, though, but yeah, there's that. Now, AAA in Milton, still there, still taking shots.
Yeah, and this is looking like a knockout. If he can just connect one more shot, I feel like not quite. It's he's getting out of there, and the ammo runs out, so it's gonna be good for now. That is wind and rain. Oh, but this vehicle actually is getting low, though, on the other hand, at the same time. So this might be a blow-up. He might have to stop here and just run out.
Is he going to blow him up?
I think so. Oh, and he does.
Oh, just last second there, man.
Over that dip.
Oh, this is what you get for being consistent, for pushing in like that. Wookie, in the meantime, somewhere else on the map, gets knocked out himself. War not having an easy time whatsoever. Vadiati coming in with that good kill.
Yeah, there's like a surprising amount of fighting here in the circle very early on.
Oh, Gustav as well, taking shots by Jamty. Man, these guys have absolutely no chance in this war, getting torn out to pieces by different teams.
And they're gonna go out last, or first rather, again. They got knocked out first last time as well, I believe.
Yeah, well, close to, I think it was either first or very close to first as well. Teams have made their way towards the center of the circle, as much center as they can go, because most of it esports ready in the water. But still, teams are on the outside of the blue. Actually, Kingwin out there with a few more teams close to them as well. Envious making their way out. It doesn't look like there was any kind of fighting between Kingwin and Envious. So that makes things easy for both of the teams. But as they make their way in, we'll have to see nobody actually on the north side of the current circle. That could be where this Georgia Bowl boys could push in from.
And we see two crates in the water as well. That's what happens when you have a lot of water in the circle.
You get excited with the crates.
Yeah, they just excite me so much. But it's not going to be available for any team unless they decide to get a boat out there. But right now, teams are starting to move out, realizing Blue is going to deal some damage soon. Kingwin's still looting, though. Chilling in Giorgio, just finding meds, I suppose.
Yeah,
enough meds.
If you got the whole town to yourself, then might as well make use of it. Your boy Dre, Tempo Storm trying to make his way in with the rest of his team. Be careful now, your boy Dre.
Out of the way, sir.
Out of the way, good sir.
You need to actually park this. You gotta
backways.
drive straight as well.
Straight or
through.
backways? Or in reverse, rather. My boy Jay doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah.
There she goes. There she goes. Good job. So, yeah, the UAZ for them right now is going to be coming in very, very nice. Tempo Storm have a good position as well. Tripoli might have to make their way out of this current position that they have, considering where the circle might end. We don't know yet, but we'll find out pretty soon. They're on the very, very south of it. Not actually very south of it. There's one team is actually still in Novo Remnoy, so there's that. So many teams still on the outside. I don't really mind.
Wait, what is
very far away?
Havo? I don't really mind. He's just chilling by himself while the team is.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure if they want to play the strat where they keep one player in the blue, TSM strat.
It's not Gamescom. Nah, I don't think that's going to be happening here. I don't really mind. We'll make his way closer to his teammates. But as they're coming in closer, they're heading towards Dizzy. And his own team, of course.
Ronin Esports.
Yes, indeed. They are camping the gas station. So this might end up not so nice for Havu. Havu having a great time last game right here. This time around, they might be peaked in.
Yeah, this depending on what they decide to strand their boats, they might actually go under the bridge as well to get to the other side.
Look at the loot goblins.
Yeah, right now they're
loot
chilling tight right now.
Loot pile. There's an extra 4x as well there, man. They're really, really stacked.
Yeah, if they decide to play edge here as well, they can just stay here until the very next circle as well, because they're right on the line there. And Envious, in the meantime, moving in from the west.
Where did Kingwin go? I can't see Kingwin.
I think they're north.
They're coming in from the north side there. Yeah, that makes sense. But they will go into battle, actually. It's not going to be easy. And look at so many teams actually north of Pachinki, and they're not even close to the blue.
Yeah, Envious is actually gonna go right through. I feel like Outsider is standing very close to them, and he should be able to hear them. In the meantime, Havu is sending out one guy.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See, Anselens is going to be the scout.
Is he making
for
sure
his
it's
team.
clear with the boat?
Yeah. Anselens is going to be the scout of his team. If we look at his loot, he might just have level 3 stuff on him. No, level 2, fully level 2 with a level 3 backpack. But the armor isn't that fantastic for him. But he's still sent as a scout. I don't really mind. Will be making his way as well from further down away. Team's still taking a heck of a ton of damage. Envious coming in on the blue there. I'm not too sure what Jensen 3 Butts are doing outside there on the compound. Defending it really at this point late in time. Okay.
It's not until the second circle where the blue starts to hurt when it moves in. So.
Oh, but look at this Habo taking shots right now. And Silenzo getting some fire on him from Novo Repnoy. So he will have to adjust his angle. Oof, it's not that easy connecting shots on players when they're on the boat.
Yeah, it's very hard to calculate distance.
But in competitive, you really want to be careful as well.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Reaper actually comes in close towards Encelenso. And because Havo are so split in, one in each boat, they don't really have the option to take fire. And Encelenso knows that there's someone going to be just behind this rock. They're going to be safe. They're going to be quite safe. Encelenso will exit this battle here. Nuki
oh, they're actually shooting here.
And Reaper in the water. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a knockout, but pretty sure it's pretty much impossible at this point in time.
Yeah,
no chance.
Oh, what? Oh, they're actually. Oh, so by the coastline, they're actually trying to stop them from stranding here, and and he needs to get out of this boat because it's half HP right now, and it can easily get blown up. So they are in trouble here. Actually, they're getting coast guarded.
Oh, and they saw that Ronin Esports actually stopped their UAZ, so they're going to be coming in from a different angle here, and that's a smart way to go for Havu. It would be ridiculous if they would try to go in and battle out Ronin Esports, as they do have the high ground, as they do have the land. Basically, they pretty much have everything in this fight. So Havu trying to make their way back into it. They should have an easy time, even if they're getting shot upon from the south side there. In the meantime, Circle will be strangling pretty soon. 30 seconds left.
Oh, I think Envious is gonna drive dangerously close here to FlyQuest, taking the top of the prison mountain.
There's a lot of cover there. There's a lot of trees.
There is. It's a really great spot.
But
oh, it goes right into two other teams. I believe it's Liquid and Gambino, who's chilling at the lumber mill.
Yep, exactly. The wood yard, as you take it. Mind taking shots, not making too much though. Just one shot connecting on to Jesse, but Jesse will find his way out of there. In the meantime, though, Venerated gets knocked out from his own team here. Liquidati steps in here, takes down Venerated. So Envy are just going to have to give up on this fight here. Livid will come out on top, playing the same spot that they played on the previous match, where they actually got some decent placement, but this time they'll stick around the same angle.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about in the start, where if you go to Hospital or Southern George, and with this circle, you're going to have a hard time getting into it without losing a member while doing so, even with 4 vehicles. And as we saw right now, one of the members got taken out, and they're going to have to play with 3 from now on.
Look at Kinguin coming in from the north side there. It looks like they're heading straight into Team Blank.
Yeah.
Jaxie's going to be the first one in. Loot on him, level 2, everything pretty much. Larson also driving the bike. Actually, Larson's going to be doing level 2. His teammate actually has level 2 as well. They're not really scouts. They're just trying to make their way into the safety of the circle there. But they're dangerously close to enemies on both ends there.
Ooh, losing Ibiza again.
That's unfortunate. Ibiza's wide in the open. Will get killed in by Kavorka, it looks like here.
Yeah.
So that's a good frag for Team Blank.
So both of the teams in Southern George actually lost a member going into the circle because of the distance and the time they spent looting. I'm not surprised if I see them play water this game because they're so close and all the compounds are already taken, or the good ones at least.
Well, they won't be able to do that for long, actually.
Yeah, not
Because the next patch coming in here will deny too much water in the closing circles. In the early circles, you'll still see water, but as the game progresses, it's just going to keep on going towards the land area there. So there you go.
And then you can also shoot through.
And you can also shoot through water, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a thing in real life. Just want to put that out there. The faster the bullet, the quicker it gets dissipated in the water. So yeah.
Right now, they've been fighting here forever. I feel like they're wasting bullets at this point, and they need it for later game. They've been fighting here for a good 6 minutes or something, just constantly shooting at each other. It depends on if you have some helmets or something nearby.
Oh, that Dachi though will explode.
Oh, killing 2 people.
Ouch. It's just going to be Larson out of team. Man, no luck for these guys. This time they rotated late. And they went straight into the fire.
I think that was a suicide, by the way.
It looked like it, but...
It said so in the bottom left.
It did, but it was because of course, the car exploding, so it wasn't necessarily a suicide. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
the points are stolen.
Deny the points.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, FaZe now, having the same old triple compound that they normally have, the yellow houses. They love playing this place here. Actually, it's going to be Relix that goes straight into the last member standing from Kinguin. And it looks like he's not going to be going to the same angle there. Kinguin have another shot at this, but they don't really have a lot of shots considering the fact that it's just Larson in. So he's just going to have to play for placement, try and snake his way into the top 10 if possible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So many
This is going to be a cluster right now. We see AAA having small Milta, which is a great position to have. They're not even remotely close to any teams, even though there are 60 players almost alive in this very small landmass that we see here. Everyone is just coming in right now. Bullets are flying everywhere, and teams are just trying to locate the nearest threat, not to focus too much on everything at the same time. We see a push here into FaZe. FaZe getting killed off by Liquid right now.
Yeah, Mixie's going to be out of the game there. It's going to be FlyQuest actually that get knocked out by Penta as well. 2 members into that one as well. Deep into big Milta power. It looks like Penta are finding some good shots, but now they need to heal. FlyQuest on the run. Something needs to get the crap out of there as fast as he can, but he doesn't. He holds onto his spot. And that might end up being the death of FlyQuest here as James pushes in for the backside.
Yeah, he's pushing in now, and he's the last remaining threat here. He's loading up that double barrel shotgun, which is extremely efficient in close quarter combat. Grenades might do something here. A bit too much to the left, I believe, but it might actually do some damage.
Oh,
yeah,
it does.
It does some damage, but no kill.
It was much better.
Another one coming in.
Oh, this one's going to do it.
Was that through defense?
Oh, wow. It was through the fence indeed. Something gets the first thing in the meantime. That nade does not connect with him. He's just going to have to snake his way out of that one. Their car exploding left and right. Explosions happening everywhere. And James is going to be pushing in here, getting the frag as well. And look at this. Actually, FlyQuest still have 1 member left alive. Not too sure where he is. Look at Comet. Yeah, we saw him for a second there. But he's going to have to play for points right now.
Yeah, there's no way he can save his downed teammate Hetero there. And he's just going to try and hide for the rest of the game here.
Yeah. Oh, death and domination again by Havu this time around. It does look like they've caught some teams off guard. Their pride has been caught way out of position.
Finished off there by Bikini Model.
Yeah. Gambino not having an easy chance at this one. They're still in here, though. K and Pride watch it against the enemies coming in. But
Yeah,
Hava don't seem to make a move.
it's a 3v2 right now, and this is a great cliff because you can go down a lot and get covered from all angles. So they really want to fight for this one, and you cannot move from this one being Gambino right now because there's just open area everywhere. So they have to either take this fight or jump in the water.
Oh, what?
And he gets a headshot there
No.
from Envious. Envious shooting from...
No, that was Teflon. They got knocked
Where?
out. Yeah, that was Teflon. I think he just dropped. I think he just actually fell. Literally. I think he just actually fell.
Oh,
I don't
really?
really mind as well getting knocked out. It's going to be Pride that moves in from the lower angle here. Jorski's got such low health. This is the end of Hava, surely. Yes, it is. It's going to be Team Gambino.
I'm actually confused how he got knocked out there because that lost him the entire fight.
Yeah, true.
They were a 3 versus 2 and he got knocked out from falling, maybe? Potentially.
I think so. Or was it Envious? I'm not
I
too
didn't
sure.
see any grenade in the log, but
Yeah.
huh. Well played though, either way.
It couldn't have been Envious. Envious are all the way
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
north top there. So that was actually a frag against Teflon, I do believe. Not yeah, he definitely fell off the cliff there. That's unfortunate.
And right now on the east side, we have so many teams on that cliff side.
Circle.
So many people.
And the circle keeps on giving. It just keeps on going east.
I'm still amazed.
Okay.
Yeah, the AAA is gonna have a hard time approaching this. They might consider going towards the water, but it's gonna be hard even getting there with that open beach and the teams there. So they might just approach Milta power plant here and hug the walls.
Yeah, true. Larson has an easy time because his enemies are actually coming in from the water, but he's not going to have an easy time for too long here. G-Tang Jensen, 3 butts and outsider, are coming in quite close. Microstar from a different squad, so he might actually keep them busy while Larson tries to get a bit of a better position. Hopefully so. But there's also a team moving in from the land. Envious coming in towards the safety of the next one here. They want to make sure that they got the next circle as well, and they're almost in it. So, good spot for him.
Yeah, there's only a few places where you can come up here. I think there's 3 places in total. Where
And
you
Larson
can
is
come up.
one of them.
Yeah, Larson, and then there's one more towards the east there. It's gonna be hard if the teams decide to camp those places. It's gonna be hard for the water people to get out safely.
Oh.
And Ollie gets taken out. AAA Shadow Wick gets damaged a lot here. He has the first aid.
Yes, he does.
They need to move closer here to the compound because there's not enough cover here.
Hooligans seem to be the ones that are actually pressed right now, Shadow, onto that position. But AAA is going to be making their way towards the north angle there onto Big Milta Power with the opportunity to come into the next circle. But Penta will be gatekeeping that, so they have to be careful as they do move in. Ultra Engineers still alive. They have a crossfire setup here, and they could prove to be quite deadly. In the meantime, though, plenty of guys. Look at Tempo Storm on the outside of the circle, just swimming in. I don't know what they're going to be doing, but there's another squad actually in there, Gambino, doing the same thing. Considering where the circle is, it kind of makes sense to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really blame them for it.
No, it's play to win. And Liquid right now trying to get a good position on land in this compound, but I'm not sure where the best position is. Do you want to have the high ground here on this big building? I believe it's occupied already, but I do think it's the best one to have.
Oh, what?
What? He gets that.
Ultra coming in with the frags from the warehouse angle there. He's really putting on the screws for AAA. And it does look like he gets a knockout. And a kill against Shadow. And there another knockout onto Monkey. Actually, Monkey got knocked out by James. Penta, exactly as we said, gatekeeping the next circle against AAA in a beautiful manner. Shiv now, the last one stayed alive here, revenges his teammate's death. Doesn't go in. Oh, actually does go in for the kill. He knows he's in a 1v1 position right now with one of the Penta boys. Ultra now, the last one staying alive.
Yeah, James got caught off guard there, but he almost managed to kill off the last member of AAA there. Very, very close there, but in the end, he lost that, and the last member of AA is going to try and play for placements here as well, hugging the circle at all times, moving in late, just trying to get as many points as possible.
Half of the team's in the water.
Yeah.
Can't really blame him at this point. The circle draws in closer towards the south end, still containing water, still with the possibility of these teams to actually keep on swimming. Some of them actually had to keep on swimming. Tempo Storm came in a bit late, so they didn't really have the chance to go into land. Some other teams were missing members, so the way they could actually go into it was through the water. You kind of understand why they're in there, and you kind of understand why they don't want to get out. But
Yeah.
well, Alex's nade, perhaps they kind of consider that.
Right now, Ronin Esports decided to drive into the middle of the circle by the cliffside. This is the absolute best position you can have in preparation of the next one, assuming nothing changes too much with the next circle, any extremes, that is.
We actually don't see the ending circles on this exact ridge. We see it on ridges sometimes, these coasts, on these crests, but not in this exact same position. I don't often see this, so it will be interesting for me to see how these teams actually move in and use this land as cover, because soon enough it's going to be only land that we use as cover. Big Milk Power is going to have to be let go of. 3T butts. Wow, beautiful shot with the 2x, which is not a difficult scope to aim with here. Knocking out Jesse Law with a clean headshot. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and right now we see that Liquid is approaching fairly close here. They're just outside this building, and they knocked out one. And grenades could be really powerful here if they get close enough. But there's he's gonna go for it. I don't think that's gonna hit though. It's not far enough. No, it's not far enough. But it was a great attempt. They need to get a bit closer here if they're gonna get a triple nade of some sort.
Yeah, Team Blank are really in a hard spot right now. Well, they're kind of in a hard spot. They've got Liquid to their north.
I would say Liquid is in a hard spot because they have to get into the circle that they're not in right now.
They're the ones that have to make the way in.
Smokes coming out though. They're not very well placed. I believe it's to protect them from behind.
No, they deleted the smoke. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
What?
I'm not sure what happened. I guess they ran out of smoke.
Perhaps. No more vape. Let's see. Nades flying in back and forth, left and right here. No nades actually connecting. Some shots do connect there against Ollie, but the circle draws
These
it closer.
smokes are better. This is the smokes I was talking about. This is what they need to engage on the circle without getting too many hits on them. And right now, I feel like they should move out of that compound and go for the field here and trying to take them out. But they're just staying put.
Hayes got dinked by that nade. It says knockout from falling. It was actually a nade kill. That occurred right there. Scoom in a difficult spot. He knows exactly where Team Blank are playing from, but he doesn't really have the chance to do anything as his teammate has to come in closer to him and try to help him out. But that was a nade that I heard.
Oh, Reels moving through the smoke here. Clever little play to flank here, and he actually spots them, but it's so hard to shoot through these fences because you don't always hit as good as you think you will.
Oh,
but he does.
You do. Great effort out of Reels. And he will be getting himself a frag there with the second one not coming in. It's actually going to be Scoom fighting back, but not for long. Rixnas takes him out of the game, and the circle draws in further south. So many people left alive, 24, and look at how many are in the water.
Another great circle here for Ronin Esports, and they're going to be very happy with the situation, but they are fairly close, though, to other teams, of course, because of the water, but it's not a direct threat right now, so they're gonna be chilling here on top of the hill with Brotherman Bill. In the meantime, we see Blank Q actually driving their vehicles at this stage of the game, trying to get a cover on the west side where there are no cliffs of this circle.
Smart play out of them because this circle doesn't provide so many trees and interesting angles, so they use the cars as cover late into the game. That's the only reason why they're doing that one. Slim carry, woo, playing close to the edge there. Edgy boy up. Nitrogen getting knocked out himself there. He's going to be coming in close to his teammates there, getting a res. No problem whatsoever in that spot there. And it looks like Dizzy and his own team actually have a good place to fight from right now.
Yeah, it seems really good. And at the same time, these vehicles, they are not protecting enough. They need to actually take out the wheels, and that's exactly what it did right there. Because they are quite lowly placed compared to the high ground of the west.
True. Larson taking damage outside of the circle. That's the last chances for Kingwin to stay alive with 20 people left in the match there. There's plenty more squads to go.
And we see AAA just snaking here around Team Blank. And there's an even snakier snake, Penta, Ultra.
They didn't finish their fight. Shiv and Ultra. But Ultra has the hard spot right now because he's on the outside of the
he doesn't know that AAA is here either. I don't think that... Oh, he sees him. No.
Wow. And that's going to be the end of the fight there. Penta finishing off what they've started, gatekeeping the AAA team on. Now it's all done and dusted. But as soon as he fired that AK, here comes Team Blank.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is now. And
oh, they do.
That's the... I'm not sure if the last member of A didn't shoot on purpose because he knew he would die immediately afterwards. So he was just praying that he wouldn't get seen by Penta. But both teams eliminated now by Blank now.
FaZe just have Meter left alive in this situation here.
Yeah, and I don't think he can get up. He's just hugging the
Nope.
wall,
Nope.
pulling an Evermore right now. I think. Yeah, he's chilling there. He
Oh.
cannot get up there for sure.
Where is he? Oh, look at the little hermit on the wall. He just found his little safe spot there.
I'm surprised.
Not for long, though.
Yeah.
Not
it's-
for long.
She's gonna have to time the heals.
Oh, yeah. Which is not that easy to do anymore because the circle bites that much harder when you're further away from it. Now it's going to be Ronan Esports fighting out Team Blank on the other side of the field, and it's going to be quite an open pass for them as they don't have the blue. And as they try to make their way in, it's going to be Nightmares knocking out Crip. Actually, so that's a good start for Team Ronan to try and make their way into it. That looked like a headshot from my perspective, but Gavorka doesn't get the down. Snakes is still up here. Crip down in. Might just get rezzed if Gavorka drops the smoke here.
Yeah, this is a very risky rest right now. There's no cover. He just has to rely on the teammates not coming and helping.
Oh,
There-
Snakers!
Snaker Snake. Out of nowhere, taking out Dizzy LT.
That's good for Hooligans, man. That's super good for their placement right now. Slim Carry, though, coming in here from the backside there, trying to reposition himself, and he's going for the flank. Oh, and actually, might be going for the res. And he will get it as well. It doesn't look like Team Blank are interested in this one. Ronan Esports versus Team Blank. These are the only two teams left alive in this duel, you must understand. Kragan on the very opposite side, making sure that Blank don't push into Slim.
Yeah, it's a 4v3 right now, and Blank is looking super strong, playing together. But right now, he's taking some damage there and gets knocked out by Slim Carry, who's continuing to shoot at everyone and do loads of damage.
Yes, indeed, but Kraken gets knocked out himself, so it's just going to be two members left out of Ronan Esports, and they have to pull it through. Their enemies still two left as well. Now, Molly coming in there, not going to be connecting too much, though. It seems it stopped itself on the leaves of the tree. And it actually blocks Dizzy from pushing forward. Oh,
no.
turns against them. And it's a 1v2 situation right now. Slim Carry, not with a lot of HP, but comes in with a great frag grenade. It turns into a 1v1 Real versus Slim.
Is he gonna focus on? Yeah.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes indeed. It's going to be Slim Carry out of Ronan Esports that get the third map into the bag. Chicken
Yeah.
dinner for him, man. Beautiful, beautiful ending there.
Blank Q still performing really good there, having all 4 team members alive until the very end, securing a second place. Really well played.
Absolutely, absolutely. We had a really nice ending this time around. If the previous match was full of action throughout the game, but the ending was a bit lackluster, this time around it was the ending that got really exciting there.
Yeah.
With the way the circle closed in. Even if it was a water circle, it was cool enough to watch,
Yeah, absolutely.
to
I
see
agree.
how teams play it. So there you go. Really good matchup here, and we're just about after halfway. We still got plenty more to go. So that thought makes me happy. Even if I have to talk to this mic, I'm kind of losing my voice already.
You drink some more. What is good for the throat? Cold?
Julmust.
Hot. Julmust. Swedish tradition.
I know you like it very much.
Not really. It's hit or miss for even sweets, but it's okay, I guess.
It is what it is. Let's have a look at the first highlight clip here, see what happened. We'll comment on that one in just a second. So it's going to be AAA getting that car kill. This shows you how much it's worth to be persistent.
Yeah. He's having a hard time connecting these earlier shots, but once he gets right behind it and he doesn't have to worry about the angle, he hits most of the shots on the UAC and ultimately blows it up right over the ridge.
Very last second. So there you go. Persistence pays off here,
Boom.
as Shadow demonstrates with that great kill. Do keep on firing. I mean, that's your own chance. He kind of knew at that point, Shadow, that he wouldn't have anyone else peeking him from towards the gas station or the south ridge, so he was safe in just
Absolutely.
shooting on like the way he did. So
Tunnel vision on the UAC.
yeah, it was a good tunnel vision, I suppose. Right, guys, we've got 2 more matches left, so we're really looking forward to seeing how those ones develop. In the meantime, once again, thank you so much for coming in here tonight. Don't forget to follow GLL on Twitch and on Twitter, and see you in a few minutes, right?
We'll do that.